Alrighty, guys. Well, unfortunately, I did lose a few more fish. I yesterday did, or today rather, I did my water change. And when I took out the lugs, I found both of my. Well, actually, I woke up this morning to my one African cichlid floating in the water, and I was thinking that it was maybe just the one that had fin rot going on with him. But it was actually the healthier of the two. Died this morning, and he was actually swimming around last night, so I didn't think anything of it. I did check the water parameters. The water parameters, I guess, are a little too low for pH wise for their African cichlids. Um, it should be okay for Jules though. Jules is actually she's actually one of the ones that's supposed to be living with South American cichlids, which means that she's supposed to be living with in like a lower pH tank. Um, the pH is actually good for regular freshwater, and I'm sorry because I probably just deafened you guys with that cough. Um, but there was a few fish that died. I died. My both my blue African cichlids died, and my Chinese algae eater died. Um, I've been trying to keep up with the algae and trying to get it to grow a little um, quicker by throwing in some algae pellets. The UV sterilizer is just destroying all the algae before it even gets on the glass, though. So I was contemplating unplugging that for a day or two and maybe just letting it bloom up a little bit. But again, I don't want it all over in the water and floating through the water with all the filtration I have. It would just throw it around in the water. Um, so I don't know if I want to do that or not. There is a good amount of algae growing on the top of that log, though. So I mean, unfortunately, the plecos, try to get up there and suck it off, and I've seen that they really have been like annihilating it, um, because there's not really a lot left. I mean, this thing was solid green not too long ago up top here. So I mean, they have been getting up here and eating it, but that Chinese algae eater was too afraid of my Oscar to come out and go up there, so um, my guess is he probably died, and then somebody was picking off him and eating him because all that was left of him was his head. But the the one blue African cichlid was actually under here, and it was missing his head. And the other one, my brother was telling me my Oscar tagged yesterday, and I actually think that's how the healthier of the two died. Um, just because I guess they were going after my Oscar and shit and getting territorial, and long and the short of it, Demon's a monster, and he doesn't play like that. He doesn't even mess around with like that with my Jack Dempsey's, and basically anybody gets in his way, you can see what he does. He just pushes them out of the way. Um, even the bigger Jack Dempsey, he gets in the Oscar's way. The Oscar just pushes him out of the way. Um, and he doesn't play around one bit. It does work out for me a little bit better, unfortunately, even though I did like those fish. It only works out a little bit better because I'm running out of food. I'm gonna have to start feeding them earthworms from outside. Uh, this place is just like infested with them, so I could just go outside and grab a bunch of them, and not have to worry too much about it. Um, Whenever it rains here, they all pop up out of the ground anyway and are crawling on the driveway and stuff. So I might actually, go grab a couple and then just try to keep them in a 10-gallon tank with the lid on or something, and just keep it like moisturized and stuff like that. And put a little bit of water in it every day. Um, and see if I can, make like a worm tank or something. But basically, what I'm gonna do is just try to keep it going here. I am running out of food though. I'm hoping that I hear back from my job today. Um, I've been waiting to hear back from them for 2 weeks now. I called last week and never heard anything back. I guess they were doing the paperwork portion of it. But anyway, yeah, basically just waiting around. Unfortunately, like I said, I lost those 2 African cichlids. I think Jules should be okay. Which, by the way, if you don't know who Jules is, that's my my red jeweled cichlid. She was actually classified as an African cichlid, but after doing some reading, she's actually supposed to be living with South American cichlids, and should have actually been declassified as an African cichlid. I don't even know why they classify her as an African cichlid. I think it's just because she doesn't get as big. But everybody else seems to be doing okay. I'm going to keep an eye on everything, and like I said, I did a 10-gallon water change today. I might do another one later on in the week if something else happens and somebody else dies. But as of right now, everything seems to be okay. My Oscar seems fine, and like I said, my hardy fish seem to be fine. So really the only ones I really care about are my Jack Dempsey's, my convict, and my Oscar. And again, my catfish. But everybody else, I mean, those 2 catfish have been around for fucking forever. I've had those guys for almost 2 years now. That gourami is my buddy Dave's, and he seems to be doing okay. Like I said, the convict seems to be okay. Everybody else seems to be doing alright. So, just keep an eye on everything, and we'll see what happens.